And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Thanksgiving, or when I'm doing this video, Thanksgiving Eve, or by the time this video actually uploads, it will actually be Thanksgiving. But hopefully everybody has arrived to their destination safely. And if you are traveling tomorrow, or like I said, by the time this video uploads, if you're traveling today, please get there safe. Be patient on the roads. We just want to make sure we get to everywhere we need to get to safely. No need to rush. We'll be able to get to hug and eat with our families and enjoy some football. But welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Grade A Fantasy as I go over the top plays at quarterback. Now, before anything, no, I did not really do any research for Turkey Day, so this will actually be the Week 13 preview for the main slate. I did not do any research at all. I've been busy work. I took today to even get a head start on cooking, so I didn't. I was curious about it. It looked like an interesting slate to play, but no, I did not take the time to really put any time to research anything, not even to look up videos or anything. So when it comes to the Thanksgiving, the 3 days on Thanksgiving, I totally have no idea how I would want to, or how I would even plan on attacking it myself. Pretty much, I've been pretty much focused on the Sunday slate. Just really started doing my research in the middle of the week. Like I said, I've been busy, doing holiday stuff and everything. So let's get right to it. And we'll start with the quarterbacks. At the top, gotta love how Philly is playing. Jalen Hurts. Now, it is a tough matchup with Baltimore, but once again, Baltimore still has issues in their secondary. So, can you see Jalen Hurts throwing a couple of bombs and scrambling out of the way of pressure? And of course, with his rushing upside, will he get a couple of tush pushes against this tough Baltimore front? I think it's possible. Once again, anytime somebody has the upside and they're going up against a secondary that can give up deep bombs to one of the best deep threats in the league in A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts is worth the price point of $9,200. Right under him, in a great spot against a somewhat crumbling underperforming defense, is Josh Allen. Josh Allen is an even 9,000. He's also in the prime position for being pretty expensive and being the last one of two of the last quarterbacks to play at the end of the night. As the San Francisco 49ers go to Buffalo, Josh Allen with his run upside. And like I said, San Francisco does kind of try to play in the same style as the Buffalo defense, where they try to keep things in front, but they do sometimes are suspect to get beat deep. So what I would like here is, just like how I like Jalen Hurts with A.J. Brown, even if Devontae Smith does come back, I do like Josh Allen, Khalil Shakir stacks, because if Amari Cooper's there, he'll be more the deep threat. Keeping underneath, I can see Shakir with a very high upside in receptions this week with Josh Allen as well, along with Josh Allen's run upside. Jaden Daniels, he's looking healthy. Now, he scrambled more due to the Brian Robinson injury last week, but it's the most he's run in the last 3 to 4 weeks. So Jaden Daniels, and Tennessee's defense is playing somewhat better, but Jaden Daniels, now that he's starting to run more, definitely worth the 8,800. As we see here, when you look at the game logs, he wasn't running as much. I mean, he did have the 7 attempts, but if you watch the game, the Philly run attempts were more just to get out of the way and get out the safety. The Dallas game, he was pressured. He was running more aggressively, and he needed to, because with the Brian Robinson injury. Because before that, it was 8 for 35, 8 for 3 for 50. And then, of course, it wasn't like how he had the huge volume early in the season when he had 16, 10, 12, dip to 8, and then get to 11. Once he had that injury, but, it takes time for ribs to heal. So I think you can expect the old Jaden Daniels back. Lamar against Philly, if pressured, if guys are covered downfield, Lamar will go and do it on his own. That's what's so great about Lamar, the rushing upside. If there's anybody who has the rush upside but slate breaking upside every week, it's Lamar Jackson. One of my personal favorite plays, as you can see why he's targeted on the cover page for this video. Baker Mayfield, he gets the task of having an even healthier Mike Evans against Carolina. So I like Baker, and like I said, they lost a couple of games here and there. They are now in the position of having to pretty much win out to stay playoff relevant. Definitely got to pay attention to the Brock Purdy news, because if Brock Purdy's there, he will definitely be feeding Jennings and Debo in the big shell defensive style that the Buffalo Bills like to play. Also, one of my top favorite plays this week, I love Stroud. You could love Mixon this week too, but this could be one of those weeks where Stroud kind of gets back to how he looked possibly against Indianapolis or in any of these earlier games, whatever, scoring 26.6, and he did score 26.5 fantasy points against this same Jacksonville team, throwing for 345 and 2 touchdowns. So yes, it probably won't repeat, but Jacksonville's defense is crumbling just like the 49ers defense. They're crumbling just like the secondary for Baltimore. Just like the Jets defense is crumbling. I still think with Nico healthy, yes, Stephon Diggs isn't there, but with Nico healthy, this is definitely something that we can attack. So I definitely like CJ Stroud here. As we keep going, I do like Geno. No revenge narrative, of course, like that's been long gone. But Geno at the Jets, he has a healthy wide receiver core, so I don't have faith in the Jets defense, so I think Geno stacks are viable this week. I like Russell Wilson this week against Cincinnati. That's another defense that I'm not scared of, that he should be able to put up points on. So I like Russell Wilson this week against a very suspect Cincinnati. Yes, it's once again going to be cold divisional battle, but I'm not worried about. I'm definitely without a doubt not worried at all about any resistance from Cincinnati at all. Stafford is another one that I like against a crumbling defense in New Orleans, even though it's on the road. And New Orleans is one of those defenses that I always said I do believe in, with their pressure at home, and the crowd does get behind them. But not this New Orleans team. This team is not the same anymore. Time for upheaval in the coaching staff and maybe even some personnel as well. So I think Stafford stacks with his prime 2 wide receivers. They're definitely in play. It sounds kind of weird, but even though they're improving, yes, Derek Carr is actually an option against the secondary. Now, yes, in recent weeks that secondary has improved to rank up in the mid tier, but I think with his weapons, I think Derek Carr should be able to at least be a somewhat, not the cheapest stack. It's not like he's under 7,000, but Derek Carr should have the ability to at least attack deep. Now, of course, limited upside. Now that he's healthy and he's had a couple of weeks of run, yes, Taysom Hill does take away opportunities, so definitely got to watch out for that. And then I think if you're looking for anything budget-wise, I do now like the way Will Levis has been playing. Now the Washington defense is somewhat better, but I still think you could attack Washington through the air. So for cheap stacks, you got to like Will Levis. And you might even like Drake May at 68. He's been playing well, so. And being at home against Indianapolis, that does help. It's not like he's on the road. Indianapolis doesn't have a defense that I'm worried about either. So if you want to start with the cheap stack, 6,800 Drake May, 6,700 Will Levis, I'll start from there. And then after that, when it comes to plays that I like, I think you can go up to at least Matthew Stafford. Derek Carr has the asterisk because, like I said, if they get built, if Derek Carr does all the work between the 20s and the 25s, okay, fine. But his upside is highly limited if he's not able to throw to Jawan Johnson because, once in a while, yeah, he'll throw it to Taysom Hill. But what are those gadget plays the other 80% of the time besides the 20% that it goes to Taysom Hill? Oh, it's pretty much Taysom Hill running or Taysom Hill being a quarterback throwing some type of gadget play, or they'll give it to Kamara. So those are three pieces Three asterisks basically right next to the name of Derek Hall, why his upside is limited. So literally from Stafford, I would literally go down to Drake May, the two young QBs in Drake May and Will Levis. So that is the end of the Week 13 preview. Once again, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Be safe, enjoy some football, have some fun. Running back video will be out very soon. Most likely it'll be out during tomorrow. Once again, like I said, I will not be dropping any content for the Thanksgiving Day slate. I'll be working on my content for the Sunday slate and working on my own research for the Sunday slate. So once again, be safe, eat plentiful, and good luck this week in Week 13.